do you know when you're ready to buy a home? Determining the readiness of when you're ready to buy a home takes careful evaluation, and you have to look at 7 different factors, and I'm going to go through those today. You don't want to do it like I did it. 25 years ago, when we bought our first house, how we determined if we were ready to buy a home is my wife said, we're ready to buy a home, and that's the road we went down. It all worked out and everything was great, but I didn't take any of the things I'm going to talk to you about into consideration. I was just told it was time to buy a home, and away we went. The first thing you want to do is look at your financial stability. We're going to look at income, savings, and debt. Those are the 3 big ones that you want to take a look at. You want to know if you have the proper or adequate income to make a purchase. You want to make sure that you have the savings piled up to make a purchase. And then one of the big factors they look at is debt or debt to income ratio. That's the number that you'll hear thrown around. That's the very first step you want to take a look at. Second thing that's going to be looked at is your credit worthiness. How do you pay your debts? How are you making your payments? Are you making them on time? Is your, like I said, your debt to income in good shape? We're looking at your credit worthiness because that's what the bank's going to look at to determine if you're ready to buy a home. So that is the second factor that we want to take a look at. Next is saving for a down payment. I see so much information and wrong information thrown around about saving for a down payment. A lot of times you hear, oh, you need 20% down. That is not the case. There are a lot of loan programs that don't require 20% down. The last time I read it, it was around 14% down was the average across the board of what people are putting down on properties. There are also loan programs that are all the way down to 0 down. You got some rural development, VA, those are all 0 down loan options. So the best thing to do is have a conversation, start with your realtor or get with your loan officer and go through those. Both of those are great resources that can get you started and get you guided in the right direction when it comes to the down payment. The next big one is budgeting. You want to make sure that whatever the house payment is gets worked into your budget comfortably. And when it comes to budgeting, it's not just the house payment. You got payment, taxes, and insurance. Those are the big 3 costs. And then you also have to figure there's going to be maintenance items that you're going to want to make sure that you're budgeted for in the future. The next one, and Dave Ramsey would be proud, is that emergency fund. Get that emergency fund stacked up and ready to go for when those emergencies happen. Because it's not will an emergency happen, you know it, you've lived life long enough, it's when an emergency is going to happen. Next on my list is what is your long-term plan for purchasing that home? Are you looking to purchase a small home and that you're going to outgrow? Are you looking to buy the home that you can stay in? You know, what is the long-term plan that you have when it comes to real estate? And this is worth a discussion. If your real estate agent's any good, they're going to be able to help you, walk you through this discussion on what the future will look like. Keep in mind that real estate agents don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what interest rates are going to be. We don't know how the market's going to be in 5 years. So you need to make sure that whatever your long-term plan is has some flexibility. I've kind of alluded to the last one a couple times through the video, and that is consult a professional. And the professionals that you want to talk to are, you want a really good real estate agent. Ones that I think are really good are full-time agents that have some experience in the business. They've got some transactions under their belt. That gives you the most benefit of gaining the knowledge from the real estate agent. And the second is the loan officer. You want to make sure that the loan officer has some flexibility in their product. One loan officer doesn't mean, oh, I have a loan officer, I have a mortgage guy. They're the same. They are not the same. Different companies offer different products. I would suggest possibly talking to, a loan officer at the bank or your credit union, but also have a conversation with a broker to see what they can do for you. Remember, homeownership is a huge commitment that you want to be ready for. It goes well beyond just the monthly payment. There's a lot of factors that go in. If you have any questions, you want to break this down, you want to discuss it, even if you are 12, 14, 18 months out from wanting to purchase a home, I would love to have a conversation with you. Give me a call, 734-999-7105.